Hello students, SAFAL Exam 25-26 is coming and it's about concept clarity and smart preparation. In this video, I will share you important topics and important questions which will help you prepare confidently and score your best in SAFAL. So let's get started and make your preparation truly SAFAL. So in this video, we are going to discuss about grade 8 science. So the major topical area covered in this will be life science, earth science and physical science. In life science, the critical topics are like first, explain the economic importance of microbe, classify crop and elaborate different processes used for agricultural practices and the yield of crop. Second one is explain the importance of nutrition in plant and animal and nutritional deficiency disease. Test the nutrition present in food and various methods of preservation of food. Next, compare the traditional and modern implement and processes used for various agriculture practice and elaborate the various cycle working in nature to maintain ecological balance. Next, classify plant based on their internal system, differentiate plant and animal cell. Next, recognize part of flower, differentiate between human male and female reproductive system and bisexual and unisexual flower. Next, explain structural and behavioral or psychological adaptation of plant, distinguish between sexual and asexual reproduction. And last one is explain how some animals are able to survive in extreme weather condition. Next one is earth science. Here important topics will be explain water cycle and consequence of its disturbance and cause of cyclone. Distinguish between concave and convex lens, concave and convex mirror. Explain the structure and function of eye, develop awareness and empathy about eye donation and visual impairment. Next one, explain the need of waste disposal and various processes related to treatment of wastewater. Explain the origin of various air pollutants and their effect on quality of life. Explain ways to conserve forest. Next one is physical science. In this domain, first one is classify natural and synthetic fiber based on their property. Next, define acid, base and salt. Classify different substances based on their physical property as metal, non-metal and metalloid. Next, distinguish between conductor and insulator of electricity. Examine the magnetic and chemical effect of electric current. Next one, recognize material that can become magnet. Explain the process of making electromagnet. Then next, define pressure, motion, force and its type. Explain the effect of force on state of motion as well as shape of object. Next one, define amplitude, frequency, pitch and related type of sound with frequency, amplitude. Explain the environmental consequence of sound pollution. They will ask you questions from different grades like 6, 7, 8 and 8 advanced. Now first question can be classification of crop. Sequence the task involved in cultivating the crop to list major step of agriculture practices. Importance of harvesting and storage of harvested crop. Classification of microorganism or importance of microorganism. Then difference between fertilizer and manure. Recognize growth need of different crop like temperature in order to produce them effectively. Analyze data on crop yield under various farming conditions. Next question is relate the importance of different nutrients in order to make healthy food choice. Test the presence of various nutrition in food item. State various nutritional deficiency disease and their symptom. Next, perform the starch test on raw and chewed food in order to infer the role of saliva, relate the nutritional requirement of different organism, plant and animal to environment or surrounding, state the various nutritional deficiency disease and its system, then explain the use of method of food preservation with reference to control of bacterial growth. Next, compare the traditional and modern implement and processes used for various agricultural practices. Label and complete diagram of carbon and nitrogen cycle. Next, identify example of plant and animal organ system. Distinguish between animal and plant cell to explain function of cell wall. Next, identify part of a flower in given diagram with focus on male and female reproductive part of flower. Distinguish aspect of plant reproductive morphology, bisexual and unisexual flower. Illustrate difference between human and male and female reproductive system. Elaborate the role of sex hormone and their effect of individual. Contrast internal and external fertilization. Next, explain structural, behavioral or psychological adaptation of plant to different environmental conditions. Categorize organism based on their method of feeding. Define poverty. Elucidate the need for balanced diet in order to explain the nutritional need of adolescents. Establish the importance of reproductive health. Distinguish between simplified plant and animal, fungal, bacterial and bacterial cell. Compare the features of herbs, shrubs and trees in order to classify them considering their physical feature appearance. Distinguish between different human teeth, molar, premolar, canine and incisor. Describe the effect of different factors that affect the weather of area. Distinguish between sexual and asexual reproduction. Establish the difference between animal and plant cell with appropriate experiment. Next, infer the region for morphological feature of inhabitant meant for survival in that habitat. Elaborate how animals are able to survive in extreme weather conditions. Next, explain the water cycle and consequence of its disturbance leading to natural calamity like drought and flood. Explain the cause of cyclone, direction of wind current due to uneven heating, atmosphere and rotation of earth. Explain the phenomena of lightning. Next, understand the process of shadow formation. Understand the nature and position of image formed by concave and convex mirror. Differentiate between concave and convex lens. Distinguish between real and virtual image. Distinguish between diffused and regular reflection. Explain how lens can be used to correct short and long sightedness. Next, explain the structure and function of eye. Illustrate the law of reflection in real life. Calculate the angle of incidence and reflection. Awareness regarding eye donation, optical and non-optical aid for visually impaired. Explain the formation of multiple image. Next, list the different type of waste and their disposal. Understand the sewage disposal system. Understand how to make water potable. Understand the greenhouse effect as cause of global warming. Cite step taken to prevent water pollution in river. Identify national and international initiative to conserve water. Awareness regarding pollution check and permissible level of vehicular emission. Next, evaluate the various processes related to treatment of wastewater. Explain the origin of air pollutant and their effect on quality life. Relate recycling as a way to reduce deforestation. Assess how reducing, reusing and recycling industrial waste help in reducing water pollution. Next, classify the given fiber as natural or synthetic. Identify the fabric which has plant source and non-plant source. Outline the step involved in processing of animal fiber. Distinguish between synthetic and natural fiber based on their property. Apply learning of scientific concept in day-to-day life, biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste in context with usage of plastic. Next, classify material on basis of hardness. Identify reversible and non-reversible change. Define acid, base and salt. Identify acidic and basic substance. Differentiate between physical change from other change. Predict utility of given material for a specific task to reinforce physical and chemical properties of metal and non-metal. Write word equation for chemical reaction, example combustion displacement. Classify different substances based on their physical property as metal, non-metal and metalloid. Next one, distinguish between conductor and insulator of electricity. Infer why metal and like copper and aluminum are used for making wires for domestic and industrial purpose. Analyze the flow of current in simple electric circuit. Explain how to construct simple torch. Explain and demonstrate magnetic effect of electric current. List the precaution to be observed while working with electricity. Elaborate the chemical effect of electricity like electroplating. Describe the process of electroplating. Distinguish between good and poor conductor of electricity. Next, recognize that some material can become magnetic. Demonstrate how artificial magnet can be made by rubbing. Explain the process of making electromagnetic. Hypothesis and activity to determine the pole of magnet. Then measure distance and use its unit. Define motion and its type. Define uniform and non-uniform motion. Define speed. Measure time and express in SI unit. Interpret tabular data or graph related to motion. Explain the effect of force on state of motion and shape. Define force, pressure, friction, atmospheric pressure. Distinguish between type of force. Understand that force has both magnitude and direction. Recognize that liquid and gas exert pressure. Know that friction depends on nature of substance in contact. Identify ways to increase or decrease friction. Interpret or identify free body diagram to represent balanced and unbalanced force. Then last topic is identify how sound is produced. Define amplitude, frequency, pitch. Relate type of sound with frequency, amplitude. Explain environmental consequence of sound pollution and suggest way to minimize it. So student, this was for SAFAL Class 8 Science, and it's an opportunity to show how well you truly understand concept. If you focus on learning with curiosity and practice regularly, you will definitely do great in SAFAL 25-26. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to MJ Manjari for more educational update and preparation tips. See you in next video. Till then, keep learning and stay confident.